What is your opinion as to how the diversity fee is used? And do you feel that more diverse organizations ought to be involved, for instance, the international community, in access to that fee?
Last year, when the diversity, that was the first year that the diversity fee was going to be fully allocated, we were going to see exactly how that was going to play out. And I think that it's unfortunate that often, whenever progress is made in regards to diversity, there's this inherent questioning of whether or not the university is putting international diversity versus domestic diversity. I don't see it that way. In fact, I think a better ask about the diversity fee is not whether or not the current fee is being allocated appropriately, whether or not it's more appropriate to add an additional international fee specifically for international students, so the University of Missouri can show that the international diversity is just as important. I'm an advocate for both. I understand the needs and concerns of both groups, and I don't think that currently, as a diversity fee stands, I think it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, which is create better and bigger programming for diverse groups on campus.
I disagree. I don't think we need an additional fee, especially as difficult as it was to get the diversity fee in the first place. I think that there's enough room within the context of the diversity fee right now to expand it to organizations like MSA or Isaac and allow them to have a larger part of that fee. I was talking with Dr. Mark the other week, and there was a $12,000 plus carryover from the diversity fee in the last year. And you're telling me that there's not enough money to allocate to some of these other student organizations. And that's just ridiculous. Additionally, because they had $12,000 in carryover, they didn't apply for an inflationary increase. And that's additional funds that could have been available for these other student organizations. So my answer to this question would be yes, I think the diversity fee can be, it doesn't even need to necessarily be expanded, but it's capable of handling these other organizations that are more international in nature.
As we understand Paul's arguments, we actually agree with Williams and Snipes in that we increase the diversity fees and diversity programs on campus.
I would like to request a rebuttal.
All right. Rebuttal, 2 minutes.
Missouri Student Association had a $40,000 carryover rate last year. That was our carryover budget. Do you think it's appropriate that we take that $40,000 and give it to international students, or do we continue to debate whether or not diversity fee for Legion of Black Collegians and Forefront and other diversity groups who are doing what they're supposed to be doing, but not simply spending money for the necessity of spending it? Why don't you suggest that we take MSA's $40,000 and give that to the international student community?
That's not the point. The $40,000 allotted to MSA was allotted to MSA. The diversity fee, the goal of the diversity fee is to increase diversity on this campus to any organization that has the capability to increase that diversity. Now that includes the international community, and there's no reason why we can't house that funding in the diversity fee. It's not going to take away money from LBC or anyone else if they had $12,000 in carryover. And even if, say you want to take that $12,000 in carryover and set it off limits and give it back to the organizations who already received the majority of the funding, you can still apply for that inflationary increase that wasn't applied for and take those funds to fund these international student organizations. I just don't think it's a problem.
I disagree that the Missouri Student Association fees just simply reserved for non-diverse students. And I think that's what you just suggested.
You can spend it however you want to spend it.
Exactly, so it should go to international students.
It's not a problem for me. If you want to dump the $40,000 into IPC, for example, the International Programming Committee and DSA, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'm just saying I think that you can solve the problem in the context of the diversity fee right now.